Welcome to Smart Money Moves, Creating a Budget Part 2, presented by Tracy Dixon, Community and Rural Development Agent for the North Carolina Cooperative Extension, Nash County Center. Session goals includes the concept of budgeting, the benefit of budgeting, how to use different budgeting tools, and tips on decreasing spending. Here's just a brief review of Part 1. I do suggest going back to listen to Part 1 before going forward with Part 2. But just as a reminder, one of the main goals of Part 1 was to make sure that your financial goals are SMART, including specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-based. When creating a budget, you need to start off with listing all sources of monthly income. And income, of course, includes salary and wages, but it also includes different things like alimony and child support, any government support, and also any rent you may receive if you have rental property or if somebody is renting out a room, as well as different things like cash. And the reason I added cash is because a few years ago I had a college student who received a certain amount of cash every month from their grandparents, and it was pretty much the same amount, so that is included in their source of income. Also, you need to sit down and list out all your fixed monthly expenses. And fixed monthly expenses includes things that do not change. For example, your mortgage, rent. Now, even though rent can go up, you're generally given notice and it's set for a year or more, so that's considered a fixed expense. So there's some other fixed expenses to consider on this list, including things like childcare or elder care. Your cell phone, if you have a prepaid cell phone, it's a fixed charge, as well as different loan payments. After you go over everything, including your income and your fixed expenses, it's suggested that you also sit down and list out all your flexible expenses. And these are expenses that we know change from day to day, week to week, or month to month. And that includes things like your utilities, electricity, propane, groceries. We all know that groceries, especially right now, seem to be getting higher, so that's definitely a flexible expense. If you don't have a prepaid cell phone, then your cell phone charges can change. And any charges for things like transportation and gas, personal expenses, pet care, and any entertainment is another flexible expense. With all of these expenses, as well as your income, it's suggested that you give yourself time to go over those, and you don't have to do everything in one day or one sitting. You might want to give yourself about 30 minutes or 45 minutes to go over your income, and then maybe wait the next day or the next few days and sit down and go over your flexible and your fixed expenses. Now, cutting back on daily spending is one of the easiest ways to achieve financial goals or saving money. And a lot of times I have people to come into my workshop and say, I don't have money to budget. I don't have anything extra. So this is a way that you can get extras without getting more income, is to cut back on daily spending. And here are just a few tips and on how you can cut back. The first two, carry only a small amount of cash with you every day or every week, and also cut the use of credit or debit cards. Now, these two I find are interchangeable and they differ for each person. For example, for me, to help me save on daily spending or even weekly spending, it's better if I can carry cash, because once that cash is gone, if I'm going to be set on a budget for that week or that day for spending money, then that's it, I'm done. If I am to use my debit cards, I'm just going to be swiping and not really paying attention. But again, that is interchangeable. Some people do better with cash and others using a debit card. So either way, just try to cut back on that spending. Brown bag it. If you go to lunch every day, you know that can be expensive. So brown bag it. Bring your leftovers from the dinner the night before, or make yourself a sandwich. Maybe brown bag it 3 out of 5 days, 2 out of 5 days. If you're a person that eat out every day for lunch, for example, that can really help save money over time. Also, try to control impulse buys. We know it's hard. You go past something that you really, you saw it and you really want it. I like to say sleep on it. Before you purchase that brand new pair of shoes or whatever that impulse buy may be, give yourself, sleep on it. Think about it. Do I really need it? Is it something I can wait until it might go on sale the next few weeks? Just try to control some of those impulse buys. Also, this is an important tip if you're shopping online, which a lot of us are doing right now, is try to use promo codes. When you shop at stores and you get to that last page and you're about to put in your credit card information, it'll say, do you have a coupon or a promo code? And if you're not a regular shopper at that store, you might not get promo codes by email or so forth. So Retail Me Not, I have found from my experience, is a good website that gives you promo code information. So if for example, you're just happen to be at Lowe's shopping on Lowe's.com, go to Retail Me Not, put in Lowe's, and it'll tell you if there's any current promo codes or coupons. You can put it right there on your page before you finish your shopping, and you can save anything from 20% to $10. I've been on sites before where I just saved 20% just by putting in a promo code at the end. So that can really help you with cutting back on spending. Also, using a shopping list, especially with grocery shopping. I do another workshop, Shop Smart, Save Money at the Grocery Store, and shopping lists are imperative to help save money and stick to your financial goals. Also, comparison shopping. Shop around for your best deals on big ticket items like cars, furniture, appliances. Try to get the best rate, credit card, loans, etc. For example, I just purchased a refrigerator and I shopped around between Lowe's, Home Depot, Best Buy. They all have the same things, but they have different sales going on. So just try to shop around. And when it comes to getting your best rate, a lot of times it has to do with your credit. So all the time you can't get, the best rate. So I do another workshop on credit cards and trying to get your credit together. But you can also ask if you're purchasing furniture and they're offering you 15% interest, you might want to say, can I get maybe a 12% interest? You don't know if you don't ask. Using budget tools really can help you, such as there's different free budget tools and worksheets that are available. One of the main things I say in my financial workshop when I'm doing it face to face is don't pay for anything. There's so much free things such as even worksheets you can just print off of different sites like Pinterest on budgeting. And then there's so many different free online tools, and we're going to talk about a few today, but don't pay for it. It's really, a lot of times it's free. Use whatever feels comfortable, pen and paper or online. And like I said, always give yourself time to complete each step in creating a budget. So some of the free online budgeting tools I would like to go over is consumer.gov, which is run by the Federal Trade Commission. This website helps you manage and use money wisely, use credit and loans carefully, and protect your identity and money. So this site gives you tip sheets. It gives you information on really just managing your money, and also it gets more in depth into the credit and loans and how to be careful when trying to get those. Also, we have mymoney.gov, which is run by the Federal Financial Literacy and Education Commission. This website provides financial tools including online financial planning calculators, budgeting worksheets, like we were talking about, free worksheets, and it has checklists. So this site is also very helpful when it comes to budgeting tools online. Next, I would like to talk about PowerPay. This is a debt elimination tool. PowerPay.gov, it's a free and easy tool that helps you set up a personalized debt reduction plan. So it shows you basically what to pay monthly until all your debts are paid. And what you do is you set up your free account. You go in, you put in all of your expenses, all of your monthly bills. It can be everything from your mortgage to your credit card to your child care. And then you also put in your interest and how much you owe. And it's a very easy tool. After you put all the information in, it helps you to figure out what to pay first. You might decide you want to pay the higher interest credit card off first, just to get that one out of the way. Or you might decide you want what we talked about in the first session, a small win, and you want to pay off something that has a shorter time period first, just so you can feel better about starting to pay off your debt and to budget. So PowerPay is a nice free tool that you can set up your own plan. You can come up with spending plans with PowerPay. You can create a personalized saving plan. It also gives you financial calculators and resources, and it really is a good tool for getting you to move forward. And once you put all your information in, it does everything for you. Like it gives you different scenarios on what to pay first, how to pay it, how to do a power pay. And with a power pay is once you pay off your credit card, let's say you have 3 credit cards. Once you pay off the first one, PowerPay suggests that you then take whatever you're paying each month, it might have been $50, and you put that onto your next bills, your next credit card, so you can PowerPay and pay things up quicker. So it's really a neat tool. And again, that's powerpay.gov. And just here, this is a video that you can go to tell you a little bit more about PowerPay and powerpay.org. And it gives you information on what it is and how to use PowerPay. So PowerPay was created by the Utah State University Extension, and it's a really neat tool. So this is the information for PowerPay. Get on there, check out those YouTubes on what is PowerPay and how to use PowerPay. Things to remember: when creating a budget, record all income and expenses. Cutting back on that daily spending is key to saving. That is the easiest way to save without getting more income. That's just basic. If we don't have any more income than what we got last year, what we're going to get this year, this month, then try to cut back on those daily spending, weekly spending. Use free online budget tools including consumer.gov, mymoney.gov, and powerpay.org. And pay bills on time to avoid late fees and bad credit. And that's just one last thing that I want to kind of go over. When you pay bills on time, you don't have the late fees, which we know can be anything from $10, $20 to $50. You don't get those extra finance charges, and you don't have those reconnection fees that can be anything, once again, from $10, $20. But also, if you pay your bills on time, you avoid bad credit ratings, because payment history is one of the biggest things that they use to create your FICO, your credit score. So if you have bad payment history on your utilities and different things like that, it's going to affect your credit score, which then makes it harder for you to get a low interest rate for credit. So once again, I talk about that a lot more in my credit workshop. But just remember, pay bills on time. And right now we know that a lot of people are having issues, so we suggest that you contact your creditor. If you know you're having problems, if you need an extension, it's easier for you to contact them and get an extension than for them to turn off your utility or turn off whatever, and then you have a reconnection fee. So just contact them and try to pay bills on time to avoid these pitfalls. Thank you for tuning in for this Smart Money Moves Budgeting Part 2. I want to thank you. Again, if you have any questions or on budgeting or anything else about finances, you can contact me at tdixon@ncat.edu. And once again, you can like us on Facebook at Nash CRD